So here we go. Where's my one? Ooh, look at that. I'm a social liberal. There we go. Ooh, what happened there? I've suddenly moved a little bit to the right leaning.
Mens noem dit ballasgroei. Jy het 'n paar ballas begin groei. Awe, goeienaand, good evening. Salut. Baie dankie dat julle ingeskakel het by Klipkop TV. Ek ek oefen nog steeds hierdie livestream ding, maar dit voel of ek dalk 'n bietjie meer gemakliker as wat ek aangaan. Daar het 'n paar ouens van my 'n paar shout-outs gegee. Ek weet North South Podcast het belang gestel in wat dink hulle is my political ideology en die nuwe ou gee, ek dink van 'n berg of van 'n merwe. Hy het ook uit 'n shout-out na my kant toe gegee en dan God, daar was nog iemand gewees. En ek weet jare terug het Boere Public het ook 'n shout-out na my toe gegee om te hoor exactly wat is my political stance. Ek moet seker my goed in Engels doen. Let's switch over to English. I want to make money off this eventually, so let's do this. As a benchmark, I'm going to use Ronaldo and Willem Petzer's political compass test. I think I'm at the right page. If I am not, I apologize. I'm just going to have to do this over so that I can compare myself with Ronaldo and Willem Petzer, because like I kind of like know where they are at the moment. And I think this is the right one. Let me see if I zoom in, if you guys can see. Now that I streamed for a little bit, I just want to see if the chat is working okay and the live stream. Yep, that's the right one. Okay, if you guys can understand me at least, then it means that that everything is working fine. And like I don't want to waste too much time on the political compass test because that is like just for interest's sake. I really want to get on with like USAF and the ULA. That's where the bulk of the information is. So page 1, just a few propositions to start with concerning no less how you see the country and the world. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interest of transnational corporations. I am pro-corporation, but I'm not like into monopolies. So I would like slightly disagree, just say disagree. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. Nah, like right or wrong comes before my country. I would say strongly disagree. No one chooses his or her country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Well, the statement is correct, like nobody chooses their country of birth, but I also think it's not foolish to be proud of it, you know, like the people in the country are the people that build it. So I would say disagree. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Well, like I'm sort of like versed in the bell curve, and I know Caucasians in general have achieved a lot more in the sciences and the engineering field. So I would say agree. Wouldn't say that's always the case, but like mostly yes. The enemy of my friend is my friend. I kinda agree with that. Kinda agree. Not strongly, but kinda. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. I can strongly agree with that, especially how communist the UN is at the moment. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. Well, I think it has always been there. So, agree, so strongly agree. I think there's 6 pages, so I'm going to do 2 pages, take a little break, 2 pages, little break, and then we should be at the half an hour mark, hopefully. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. No. Yes and no. Like I agree, but not that much. Like it's between disagree and agree, not strong. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Well, government is controlling unemployment now by enrolling the entire age population into the defense force. And there's a lot of employees at Eskom. I'm not sure what all of them do. So controlling inflation is very important to me. I wouldn't say strongly, but I would just say agree. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. I think some regulation is good. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need, is a fundamentally good idea. Now, I'm not sure if the National Democratic Revolution, that SSCP document, quoted from somebody else, but these exact words is in the National Democratic Revolution. But let me not say now, just strongly disagree just because it's in the NDR. From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. It basically means like everybody from each according to his ability. So everybody is supposed to perform at their maximum ability, to each according to their needs. But then when it comes to like giving out, like everybody looks at their needs, I'm thinking in the context of like disabled people or people that really can't help for themselves. To each according to his need. And like there's a lot of people surviving in this world that without other people's help they just wouldn't have lived or would have suffered. So I would like disagree because it's like a very communist collective thing, but I wouldn't strongly disagree though. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled branded consumer product. Oh, why is it sad? People are stupid, they want to buy it, Strongly disagree. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I think it should be a commodity. It is what drives capitalism. It is just the monopoly capitalism that I don't agree with. So land shouldn't be a commodity. So I just disagree, but I don't strongly disagree. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. Yeah, like I can't see any other way how I cannot strongly agree with that. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I'm not entirely sure what protectionism is. If you guys can hold up, I can Google that quickly. The theory or practice of shielding a country's domestic industries from foreign competition by taxing imports. Okay, so basically what Trump is doing. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I would agree. I would think strongly agree. It's a cutthroat world out there. We have to compete. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. No, you are employing people. You are employing humans. Like I would say no. The rich are too highly taxed. I've seen the tax brackets, and it's actually preposterous. I would agree with that. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. For sure. Strongly agree. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Should government? I don't think they should. But I think if you're out there like spreading fake news like Scott, misleading is that way. Like I wouldn't mind. I would just say disagree, but I'm going to strongly disagree. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals. Okay, so I strongly agree with that. The freer the market, the freer the people. Agree. Okay, now I'm done with page 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6 is left. Let me see what is. What's happening in chat? I still have quite a long delay, but thanks for everybody that tuned in. I see Wit Olifant, yeah, the Conscious Debriefing Podcast, away. The Dodgy Idealist, hey there. Brendan Campbell, so my number 2 fan. I always say like Double Pitt's my number 1 fan. But thank you for tuning in, Brendan. Anti-Marxist Goya Island Style. The Dodgy Idealist, that's right one. The results are going to be... These are all loaded questions. Hegelian dialects, oh wow. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. Yeah, they are difficult questions, and you can reason about them in different ways, Like these questions actually they require a bit of context around them. But like you sort of are just giving your idea, and they are also just giving you an idea of where you should be on the political scale. For each to everyone is communism, away, like NDR. So upset with Scott, you had to... Double Piet, away, wat gaat hij aan? Ik loeg al vinnig aan. Nee man, Pieter, hang nou vir 'n bietjie. Marina M, hallo Klipkop. Hallo Marina. Righto. Read all your comments. Let's skip over to page 3. Dun, dun, dun. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. We have a problem with population explosion, and we have a problem if the mother can't look after the baby. I think abortion should be legal in some instance. Like Frida Boo said, it's so loaded, Am I pro-life or pro-choice? Now also begs the question, like, when does it count as abortion? If you use a condom, is that like sort of abortion? Is the morning after pill an abortion? Okay, let's say like post 3 months is abortion. And when a woman's life is not threatened, like, why would you kill your baby? Because you can't look after him. Should always be illegal. Like I can maybe also support abortion if you can see the fetus is not growing a brain, or it has all its limbs missing. In general, I am pro-life, but I think there is cases. Abortion when the woman's life is threatened should always be illegal. So that would be strongly agree. But I just agree that there's some cases where abortion is justified, even when the woman's life is not threatened. All authority should be questioned. I strongly agree. Definitely. I'm a rebel. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I strongly disagree. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up. Um, Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. We have to protect like history and culture and heritage. I think the collective should. I agree, but not like flipping everything, like only like the real deal stuff. So I would agree. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. What would the world be like if there's if there's a whole bunch of uneducated teenagers roaming the street every day of the week? Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I disagree with that. There's like exceptions to the rules that I won't say strongly disagree, but I kind of strongly disagree. But there should be exceptions to the rules as well. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I thought about this a lot, and like if when you go to a braai, like a multicultural braai is fine, when there's a few colored guys and a few darkies, and maybe a few Indians. We all talk a lot, and we see things in the news. We talk about the politicians, etc., etc. But it's just different if you like go to a braai with like all of your own people. It's like the vibe around a braai when there's just Afrikaans speaking people is different when there's like two Sotis with you, Not that I hate the Sotis, not that I think there's something wrong with them, but it's just like the vibe changes a bit, and like the more different the culture is from ours, like the more that vibe changes. So all people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I would agree. Definitely not strongly agree. Definitely not. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. Strongly agree. Ek gaan met jou moer. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. I kept a lot of secrets. There's a lot of stuff that they don't know until this day. I would strongly agree. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. I strongly agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. Well, they should also equip the future generation to create jobs. But the bulk of the market should be employees, not employer. So I would say agree, but not strongly agree. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. I would say that should be judged on a case-by-case basis. Like if they reproduce, is there like a recourse for the child? Will the child be able to like live a full life, or is the child going to suffer through that life? So I would disagree, but not strongly disagree. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. They need some. I agree, but they need freedom as well. Otherwise, you cannot just learn all the time. You have to experience. There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. I strongly disagree. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. I strongly agree. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. No, I'm going to strongly disagree with that. You have to process your thoughts. You must like. My pa het altyd gesê, jy moet die wond oopkrap dat die etter kan uitkom. You should think about it to like get rid of it. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. It depends on what age. Like I think if a person is like still like in their early 20s, their mind is still very malleable, But like especially for an old fart like me, like I can understand where they come from. So I would just strongly disagree, but just disagree. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. Nah, I would disagree with that. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Well, public funding, if it goes through the state, yes. So I would agree with that. What page were we on now? We were on page 3. Oh my goodness, I must pick up the pace. Okay, I'm going to pick it up now. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counter-terrorism, because this is an American question. I'm going to see terrorism in South Africa as like the looting of the trucks, etc. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counter-terrorism. We don't have a counter-terrorism plan, so strongly disagree. We're doing nothing about the looters. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in the democratic political system. A significant advantage of a one-party... Why is there an advantage to a one-party state? Is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in the... Oh, no, strongly disagree. Go, vertik. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Strongly agree. Like, if you do something, just be proud of it, you know. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious of crimes. Strongly agree. In a civilized society, the thing is, I strongly agree. Like, if you know your justice system is properly functional, in a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. You do need authority. Like, I would agree, not strongly agree, but I would agree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything should not be considered art at all. Strongly disagree. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. I think that there's way too much emphasis laid on rehabilitation. So punishment should be more important. Like, I agree. I'm tending towards strongly agree, but I just agree. It's a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Strongly agree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. Strongly agree. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. That boils down to individualism. Agree, disagree. Like, I can't speak for mothers, you know. But their first duty is to be homemakers. I do believe that they are better homemakers than men would be, and I kind of wish we lived in a society where we were able to leave mothers at home, let the fathers go work. But I would just agree with that. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Plant genetic resources. I'm not going to Google that. Strongly disagree. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. The thing is, I kind of accepted the establishment until I matured a little. Like, I'm a little bit anti-establishment now, so I would strongly disagree. Next page. Boom, boom, boom. We are 54. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick break. Not a break. I'm gonna check the chats quickly. I hated that abortion question. So that was a difficult question, especially I'm not a woman, you know. It's not my body, so like I can't really relate. But like I gave my answer, so they wanted one, so they got it. No decent place to stand in a massacre. Geez, I wonder if this is the same test I had. I don't recall some of these questions. Maybe I was drunk. Actually, I was probably drunk. Shame on Peter. Anti-Marx ZA, careful, that surveillance. Big Brother will be watching you. So you can most more watch, you know. Like, I've got focal to hide. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, page 5. Astrology accurately explains many things. Okay, there's astrology and astronomy. Astrology is like your birth sign. No, strongly disagree. Like, if there is something that is even more disagree than strongly disagree, it's that one. You cannot be moral without being religious. Like, strongly disagree. Morality comes from society, not from religion. Charity is better than social security. Okay, social security is like SASA. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Yeah, social security in the South African context gets opened to like exploitation, but labella dlamini. So I would like agree, not strongly agree, but I would agree with that. Some people are naturally unlucky. I want to say strongly agree, but nah, it's just the way it is. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. Strongly disagree. Also, religious values aren't that bad, General, the fundamentals of religion is like okay, It's just the whole sky daddy thing that I'm not into. So like, actually, I'm gonna change to like agree. Religion in general has like good moral values. And then page 6. Finally, look at sex. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. No, I would disagree with that. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. I haven't read any research of children being raised by same-sex parents. I see some nasty things online about people encouraging their children to transition, But I'm really hoping that in most of the cases that same-sex couples adopt children, that is not the case, and I'm putting my money on that. Should not be excluded. So I agree, they should not be excluded. It's only those like freaks that make the headline, those that make the children transition. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Fuck yes. Strongly agree. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Strongly agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Like, I don't know. I would disagree with that. Also, like, there's a lot of other people that tell that there's proof is in the pudding, There's homosexual people walking around, so I would disagree with that. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Yeah, like so people like rub it into children's face. Not supposed to be exposed to that as a kid. I wouldn't say strongly agree because most people mind their P's and Q's, but okay, here we go. Where do you guys think I have scored? Before I click this, I want to check the chats again. And I'm going to light an inchy. Why are you gay? Like, I may or may not be. Like, how's that any of your business? Jaffa Kinlion. Right. I think the previous time I took this test, I couldn't find my old test, the screenshot of it anymore. But I think I was dead center. I was a little bit to the right and a little bit authoritarian, but not even 1 point to either side. Like, I was pretty much bang center. I'm supposed to start with USAF and the ULA, but let's see how I scored. About the political, okay, like I know how this thing works. Let's just skip over to the, let me give you guys a big screen again. There we go. Neo-libs. I moved a little bit to the right. I think I was over here by my previous test, but now I'm like between authoritarian and libertarian. I'm dead center and a little bit more to the right. I actually thought I moved a little bit to the left. But that is that I'm a right winger. I'm a crazy right winger. Right, let's check some comments again. Probably center right. Belville Pitt got it spot on. Sy het 'n prys gewen. Sy het 'n prys gewen. Wit olifant as well. Colin Atterbury, bottom right. I also thought like I was a lot more libertarian than this test showed me, but well, this is what the test told me. So like I'm pretty much where Ronaldo is, but I'm just a little bit more authoritarian than him, or less liberal. What's the difference between a liberal and a libertarian? Because that's another one of those concepts I thought I had a good grasp of, and then later on I realized I don't really have a good grasp of this. ULA is UL gay. Okay, Yufa Kinlion. Okay. Let me nip this entry in the butt. Then, now for the USAF ULA. I'm going to do a little disclaimer. I've been pretty involved with the ULA. So I'm going to say libertarians to be way more conservative and small government. I've been like very involved with the ULA. I chopped up a few videos for them. I set up their Twitter account for them, and I actually know the people. Like I got to know a lot of them, and I can sort of see why some people like try to steer clear from them. And but what I can say about them is that there's like a whole bunch of people that's working pro bono. They've got most of their facts in order, and there's a really good team, like a kaleidoscope of personalities. But basically their mandate is not so complex to explain. All you need to do is go to www.voteforselfdetermination.co.za. You fill in your details there, you say what province you are from, and then you're done, you know. The rest of the stuff on the ULA website is just suggestions, you know. As the votes come in, as the people start supporting this idea of self-determination dash secession, the big players is going to like shape and mold those ideas into what they want them. The ULA is just there to like start the legal process of getting this whole thing running. So like I fully support. I wouldn't say the ULA itself. I support the concept of the ULA, and I support the vote for self-determination. So just go to the website www.voteforselfdetermination.co.za. Go fill in your details. You have to give like your ID number, etc., etc. But it's really important that you give your proper details, so that afterwards, when they actually get the mandate, that those telephone numbers and people can be like checked up and cross-referenced, and make sure that this is not like a bunch of spam people that's got the 2 million votes. These are actual legitimate, unique votes. So like go put in your real details there, and there's no risk on your side. You don't have to take out money, you don't have to do anything. You can really just go and vote and forget about them. If it doesn't work out, you know, it took 20 seconds of your life. Okay, I'm gonna check chat for one last bitchy, and then I'm gonna go over to um, to USAF. And now I don't know USAF all that much. I heard a lot of things about them, and I heard from other people and inside that like the ULA and USAF like flinging shit balls towards each other. So I decided like let's see why, like what is the difference, because at the moment we have the people that's looking for self-determination. The Zulu already has self-determination to a big extent. They obviously want more, but like they've got their own land and everything. They control immigration, so they've got self-determination. Then the Urania movement, Urania as a town has got like self-determination to a certain extent, because they pay for their own municipal stuff, and the currency that they're using at the moment, it's like sort of the rand, but it's not. It's they do curb government taxes to a certain extent by using the aura. So that they, to me, they are the second biggest group that enjoy self-determination. Now they are striving for the Volksstaat concept, which is nowhere to be seen at the moment. I know the Oranje Beweging and AfriForum and Freedom Front Plus and the Solidarity, they are all like basically one cabal. But now I see they're building a university for, I don't know, 10 billion or something. I don't know, like a crazy amount of money. Why don't you invest that money into buying land in this Volksstaat that you want created and building infrastructure there to get more feet into that area? But now you go and build a university. It's like when you play a game, one of these strategy games, you only unlock the university build when your town hall's at like level 8 or 9, you know. You don't unlock the town hall, the university, when your town hall's at level 1. It's the aura. I'm gonna move over to USAF now. I've got this whole thing planned. All these tabs on my screen. Let me get the video ready so long. Let me just show you my screen. Hey, there's my screen. I'm gonna... Concurrent viewers, 25 viewers, a little bit less than last time, but thank you very much for tuning in. I am still very flattered that people find me interesting enough to actually watch. I can't believe this. Over here is my USAF folder and my USAF adventure. Okay, I just want to pause this and then finish my entry. Okay, I started off this video with me in the corner. I switched it off later, but let me take my ugly beanie mat out of the way. Boom, there you see previous Andrew. What was this date? Oh, you can't see the date because my face is in the way. I think it was on the 16th that I started doing this. I'll be with you guys in a second, I promise. Just want to finish my entry, because now I have to focus. It took me about like 2.5 hours, and with all the reading, I cut out all the reading and all the long bits and chopped it down to like an 8.5 minute video, so I can just comment over that video as I went along my thought pattern. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, here we go. Now this is the first time I'm on the Zuidland page. Now I see USAF on the one side and Zuidland on the other side. And become an e-citizen, start an e-business, and digital cloud e-banking. Like, I kind of know what e-banking is, but what makes digital cloud e-banking any different from regular e-banking? More benefits. Digital e-banking, business registration, property and land registry, Zuidland municipal services, Zuidpos, block security service, Boerenlegioen, Voorbegin, Kibbutz project, USAF polling station, social network, business and trade. Okay, there's a lot of features. But let's go sign up. Here we have a very vanilla register for citizenship. Now here we go to the registration user terms and conditions. Now I just want to go through this because this is significant. This is the same page, and now let's zoom in a bit. Oh no. Those three paragraphs. Neither we nor any third parties provide any warranty or guarantee as to the accuracy, timeliness, performance, completeness, or suitability of the information and materials found or offered on this website for any particular purpose. You acknowledge that such information and materials may contain inaccuracies or errors, and we expressly exclude liability for any such inaccuracies or errors to the fullest extent permitted by law. Okay, so no liability there, but it doesn't matter what you do. Your use of any information or materials on this website is entirely at your own risk, for which we shall not be liable. It shall be your own responsibility to ensure that any product, services, or information available through this website meets your specific requirements. And that's like re-emphasize there. Listen here, like if you land into cuck because you use this website, it is not on us. You can't sue us. You accepted this disclaimer over here. I agree to the terms and conditions. Okay, let's get back to the video. Fill in the form. It is pretty vanilla. Select ethnic group and select. I chose other over here because like I've never been for a DNA test, you know, and I've been thinking of whenever I fill in a form, I must put my name down as native black, you know, like maybe I get some perks with that. Like how are they gonna prove I'm not black? Like a pencil test or what? Select home language. I'm a proud Afrikaner, although I'm broadcasting in English. I just zoomed in here so you guys can see like. Okay, we have black, Asian, colored, Indian, Khoisan and white. Like back in the day we were classified in 4 groups, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so this is basically like the same classifications as apartheid, but Indian and Khoisan has been removed from the colored group and put into their own groups, which I think is right. That they need recognition. Like the Indian community is like different from the other communities, and the Khoisan as well. Although I think there's a lot of overlap between the colored and Khoisan. It depends on where in the country you are, but I'm blabbering on now. Anyway, I said I'm other, you know, like I've never been for DNA test. Sign up. Boom, your account is now activated. Okay, they sent me an email, you know, I just verified that email. And that's when I dropped that at this page. Now they say log in here. Oh, this is the first thing that started to annoy me. Like every time you open the USAF page, this pop-up, independence has arrived, like Zuidland declared independent, and this pops up every time you go to the USAF page. I can actually show you now. Like I'm splitting hairs at the moment. usaf.org.za. You see they're like, I don't know who the webmaster is, but I can understand why the pop-up is there for the first visit. But you guys already said you are using cookies, so leave the cookie there and say like if the person has seen this message, it's yeah, don't show him again because it's just annoying. The second thing that I find a little bit annoying is that the previous page said go to the login page. Now I click there, and now it doesn't take me to the login page. It takes me to the home page. That's why, like, you can see here how confused I am. Like, where the hell am I? Join us today. Oh, okay, here's the login page. Here's another thing that annoyed me. If you, again, this is splitting hairs, but I'm just like that. if I go to the login page, now usually if I get to a login page, I type in my login ID or my email or whatever, and then I hit the tab button. But if I hit tab over here, you see the cursor jumps to USAF. Like I hit tab, because usually I type in my username, I hit tab, I type in my password, I hit tab again, and I press spacebar to log in. So that's a little bit annoying. Now I put in my password, and if I hit tab now, okay, that goes to the right place. Now I can press spacebar and will log in. It's me being pedantic. I'm just anal like that. But if this is a reflection of Zuidland or USAF, it's a reflection of the website, definitely. It's not really on par with the other websites out there. Okay, here we go. Now I'm in. I'm a registered citizen of Zuidland. Welcome, Klipkop. As a registered citizen of Zuidland, this is where we will post information for registered members only. Okay? Step 1, USAF registration, complete. Step 2, register on a new digital banking platform. Okay, well, does this now mean that I'm not a citizen yet? I first have to register on the digital banking platform. Now, they also have register your dependents. Now, I don't have dependents. And they say register your GPS coordinates. Now, to me, it's not clear if I'm now a citizen of Zuidland or not. Because like it says here, step 1 complete. But then step 2, step 3, and step 4, there's no complete next to it. So I'm probably not a citizen. Well, that's the way I read it. You can see me like confused, like what the hell now? Okay, the first thing I checked up, so with that, you have to either go register your dependents or put in your GPS coordinates. And I thought, or do the pay up system. And I thought like the GPS coordinates, like why? And like down here they say like the GPS coordinates, they have products and services that is like community based. So they just want to know where you live, and you don't have to put in your exact location. It's okay if you just like if you go down the street to your nearest shop or whatever and put your location down there. They just want to like get a general idea of what area you live in. And I thought, okay, well, whatever, fair enough. And I did register my location there. Now, this is when I thought, okay, like I'm not gonna go through the registered on a new digital banking platform and my dependents. I want to check out like what is this virtual nation? Now, Zuidland is a virtual nation. What the hell is a virtual nation? Now, as you can see, this is a very, very hefty document and a super long read. I went through some of it, but not in detail. So I'm going to reserve like in detail comments on this for later, but just like for a highlights package. So this is like the introduction, and the first bit goes, what exactly is a country? Now the kick off. The dictionary definition of a nation is a part or division of, I'm like, whoa. What exactly is a country? And then they give the dictionary definition of a nation. But a country and a nation is, you know, it's similar, but it's definitely not the same thing. In the past, we have associated the concept of a country with attributes such as a single geographical territory, a common people. Well, let's go to Google and we ask Google what a country is, because that's the way I see it. A country is a geographical location with borders around them. Country definition, here we go. Country, a nation with its own government occupying a particular territory. So let's specifically state there's a landmass. Districts and small settlements outside large urban areas. Okay, that is countryside, but they specifically talk about the land. Definition by Merriam-Webster. An indefinite, usually extended expanse of land. That's Merriam-Webster. And Cambridge, an area of land. So a country definitely includes land, but what I don't like about this piece is that they dilute a nation and a country, and it's almost like as if they put like a false equivalency to it, as if the two words are 100% interchangeable when they are not. But like I said, I'm still going to go back to this and break it down completely. But that is when I first picked up like the the foundational argument is a little bit flawed. Today's nation state. Okay, like a nation, they use the definition for nation to describe a country. But we can also describe our country as a nation state. So yeah, I can agree with them. But the foundation is wrong. And recognition, okay, let's go back a little bit. How are new countries born? Dismantling, splitting, fusion, decolonization. Check that out. That looks on par. There's 4 ways how countries can be born. Now, recognition. We do require internal and external recognition. You do require the recognition of the people inside the country and out, and from the international community, like the UN or whoever. That I can agree with them. Then, the principle of self-determination. Like this is talk about World War One, Woodrow Wilson, and I've got a video on self-determination that doesn't like go back to 1918. It deals with self-determination in a modern context. So if you guys want to, you can please go check that out. Forces of global change. So they are painting this big picture, but like what I wanted to know is what is a virtual nation or virtual country? Here we go. What is a virtual country? Probably the simplest definition of a virtual country is a country without land and without borders. Okay, so USAF, Zuidland, USAF is a virtual country. And this virtual country does not have land and it does not have borders. Okay, fine. Now I've got that. This is when I got a little bit tired and just said I'll get back to this. Now if I go over here, go to the Constitution. Okay, I'm just going to take a little break and I'm going to put chat on again to see what you guys have to say. Ooh, where was I last? Conscious Debriefing Podcast. I want to contact you soon for a podcast. For sure, like hit me up on Twitter, and I think my email is also in the intro and in the description and everywhere. You can, my details are there. Crypto would be better. As jy so amper presies in die middel. Like, I was between authoritarian, yeah, between, I should actually take a screenshot of this, print screen, boom, like, I have GIMP on my PC, but for this I still use Paint. How old school is that, yo? I should actually save this. Crop. Okay, there it's copied. I'm just a little bit to the right. I moved a little bit to the right as well. Not as much as Ronaldo though, but I moved to the right. Okay, that's a good one. I'm also going to say other in the future. Because I don't know, maybe I'm a mixed fruit salad. You never know. Like you, Opa Grootjie, might have been patla there with the natives. It happens, it happens. A man's got needs. That's super lazy coding. Like, oh, it's brushed over. They will crush those little issues at a later stage. You are already a citizen. What's up with the spelling mistakes on this webpage? Ooh, I said it doesn't end there. It gets worse. Rampokker. That's a lot of personal info. A country is a region that is identified as a district entity in the political geography. Is the Vatican a country? Is Luxembourg a country? Yes and yes. Boom, then there's what we want. Sean, man, if Vatican is more technically a state, The Vatican is okay, it's Vatican. Most efforts, thanks man. Okay, for sure. The conscious debriefing, like we need an acronym for you. TCDP. CDP, Conscious Debriefing Podcast. CDP. I'm going to call you CDP from now on. How about that? Paint is still the best photo editing software. Oh, way. 350 years ago, you don't know what happened in what bushes exactly. Patla. Okay, I was busy with the video. Okay, the USAF Constitution. Let me go back to my main screen. Ta-da! I think I'm going to put my face back on here because there's some stage where I've switched the camera off. Now, if I go to Info, Constitution, you see it doesn't go to the actual Constitution, but luckily here at the URL you can see you need to change the sign up over here to. You see Conscious ZA, like these guys really need a web admin. Now, Zuidland Constitution interim draft. What is a constitution? Well, they don't put the actual constitution here. They first ask you what is a constitution. Then there's the aims of the constitution. Then they question what is a republic. And then the relationship between the constitution and law. I'm looking for I'll check into this tiered electoral system as well. That's another hefty document I haven't even touched yet. So I can't comment on that. But the actual constitution starts here. Founding provisions. United South African Federation. United Southern African Federation. The United South African Federation is one sovereign republican federation of states founded on the following values. Human dignity. This seems oddly familiar. I've read this somewhere before. Like if we go to the South African Constitution, we can see here, the Republic of South Africa is one sovereign. The USAF is one sovereign. Now they changed the word over here, Republican Federation, and here they just say democratic state, founded on the following values. Founded on the following values. Human dignity, achievement of equality, advancement of human rights and freedoms. Human dignity, blah blah, rights and freedoms. Everything is the same over here. They they change it up here at 1D. Universal adult suffrage, a national ethnic voters roll. See here at number D, they also say universal adult suffrage, a national common voters roll. So Zuidland is definitely based on your ethnicity. Your ethnicity is very important in Zuidland. It is dit is van toepassing. It's applicable. Supremacy of the Constitution, Section 2. This Constitution is the supreme law of the Federation. This Constitution is the supreme law of the Republic. So they literally went to the South African Constitution, copied and pasted it onto theirs, and replaced everywhere where it says South Africa with USAF. And they went afterwards and like changed all the things they want to change. There is, for example, number 3, there's a common USAF citizenship. Number 3, there's a common South African citizenship. That is the same. Number 4, languages. See, they tossed the national anthem and the national flag out for now, and then they skipped over to languages. And now they have all these languages, but in USAF, only Afrikaans and English will be national languages. But you can go to this Bill of Rights. I'm going to like scroll, close my, and stop. Okay, I'm going to, the President has the powers entrusted by the Constitution. Let's see if that is in the South African Constitution. Let's find it. Boom, here we go. The President has the powers entrusted by the Constitution and legislation, including those necessary to perform functions of the head of state. Necessary to perform functions of the head of the, instead of state, they say federation, and head of the national executive. Responsibilities are ascending and signing bills. Assenting and signing bills. Let's try a different one. I'm going to close my eyes again and scroll down. Boom, let's try this one. Require any person or state institution to report it. Shouldn't it be federation institution in this case? Let's look here. Control O, Control V. Oh, boom. This isn't in here. They must have stole this from somewhere. Here we go. The National Assembly or any of its committees may require any or person or states or institution to report evidence or information before the National Assembly. State legislative. So it's everything is copied and it's copied and pasted, but there's like some changes made. Let's see if this is in there. Oh shit! Members of executive, it comes up 13 times, of a state swear to affirm their faithfulness to. We're looking for that one. We don't want 13 hits, we want 1 hit. Anyway, it's like really, you guys can look it up. It's a copy and paste. Something else I found problematic with this one, when they start speaking about the actual states. Here we go, states. The federation is made up of the following states. Now they have A, B, C, D, F, and H. But there's something wrong with this picture. Like, why is there no E and G? Are you discriminating against E and Gs? Oh, wait a minute, there's like no names with it either. Okay, in their defense, like the Constitution link is like sort of disabled in their website. Maybe they don't want people to see it, but must either choose, like, does USAF have a constitution or not? Because if this is it is definitely not up to par. Here's a few places inside this document where like spaces are omitted, and for example tab stops. It is definitely not well thought through and done properly. It's very difficult to read. The numbers were changed, but it's a gemors. I'm going to take a short break again and check chats. Boom. Gary says, Klipkop, gee my 'n shout-out. Ek kyk uit Mosambiek na Kala Vella. Alweer die ouens in Mosambiek. Lekker dat julle uitsteek vanaand. Dankie dat julle kom kuier by Klipkop. Looks like it's 99.95%. It is, like, the word South Africa is replaced with the word USAF, and democratic state is replaced with federation. Very, very interesting. A piss break. I should actually make it a smoke break, yo. Wonder what the people from the town of Zuidland in the Netherlands will say. Is there an actual town of Zuidland in the Netherlands? I didn't know that. It didn't pop up in my Google search. Let me see, how much of the video do we have left? I think I'm back on the main screen. Here's the video. The video is almost halfway. It goes a little bit quicker later, but I don't break out so much away from the video after I do the Constitution. So it's pretty much just running commentary. But you guys, please, if you guys have any questions with me, I got into contact with a guy from Victor Zuid Radio, and he's like dik gekoppel with the USAF owns. So he said he can arrange like a platform for me where we can discuss all these things. Like, I picked up a few things. I didn't went into like excruciating details, but I did find like a lot of things like I question, which I want to toss their way. And if there are any questions that you guys want to like know about USAF, that you want me to ask their leaders, like, please post them in the comments. I'm gonna go after the fact, after the live stream, I'm going to go back and read all those comments. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to be sure to ask them those questions. Because the idea of this video and the idea of this channel is to like give you some real informative content. Because like not everybody has the time that I do to go sit around and go check out. You hear about USAF and you hear some people say, yeah, but it's a sham, and other people say, yeah, but USAF is the next big thing, and you don't know who to believe. And the only way to to like really get an opinion is to go sit and research it. But I would like to bring it to you like the way I experienced it, and maybe you guys can learn something from it. It's still a brand new organization, don't be so tough. I am sure all of this will be sorted. To write a constitution from scratch costs millions, so copying one makes sense. You know, like it's a case of they can say they use the South African constitution as a base, you know, but the constitution in its current form, it shouldn't even be advertised on their website. It's if they don't have a constitution, they should rather sweep it aside, because the constitution as it currently stands on the website is like totally bonkers. Okay, let me nip this one in the bud. PS, a shout out to Henry, who has a birthday today. Lekker verjaar, Henry. Why writes a con from institution? I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm back on the main screen, right? Here we go. Okay, so this is now the virtual country 6 possible scenarios. Now, info, constitution, that's where we were now. We went through the constitution. Now, this is where I'm a little bit confused, because like now they take the South African constitution, which refers to like land and land mass, and the way I saw it, and I looked up what a country is and what a nation is, and it's like they are diluting the two. And I want some more clarity, because it doesn't make sense to me. So I went to Twitter and I asked, volgende aan die beurt Zuidland. Is enige van my followers aktiewe lede van Zuidland en of USAF? I sent the tweet, and it wasn't long, about 4 minutes later, Kenny Shamans says, yep, okay, so at least now I have a contact now. There's like one of my followers I know I can like sort of ask questions, and he gave like a confident yes, so he must be like in the know about at least the basics, you know. He seems confident. Okay, so now I must get my questions straight to him. Now the first thing I was wondering about is this for step 1, 2, 3 and 4. Like, I'm not sure how to read this. Am I a citizen now or not? So, like, I need to complete step 2, 3, and 4 to become a citizen. And step 2 is register on our new digital banking platform, payapp.co.za. And now this PayApp DigiBank Q is the future of digital banking. PayApp is a digital banking platform built from the ground up specifically for USAF. Okay, so DigiBank isn't like an out there bank. DigiBank is basically USAF. It says yes USAF, it doesn't say Zuidland, it says USAF. The difference between USAF and Zuidland, and I learned that like after the fact, Zuidland is apparently the first state inside the USAF Federation. But benefits include on this PayApp application, 0% transaction fees, community ownership, instant transactions, instant proof of payment, no chargebacks or fraud, cannot be lost or stolen. Like, how can you guarantee there will be no fraud? Unless you have like an independent auditor that comes in every 6 months and checks the books and publish that information. And I'm not sure how you can guarantee that there will be no fraud. I'm gonna let it end you while I do this. Sorry guys, I know it's impolite to sit and smoke on live stream, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. So that was pretty much my... Okay, look at this guy, BillyWitchDoctor.com. Here's miskien hang af wie vra. Like obviously, like it was me asking the question. Like why would you put a response like that other for looking for cuck? Thank you, Billy. You featured on my live stream. Well done. 10 points for you. So here I ask Kenny now. Kenny is my contact. So ek moet eers al 4 stappe voltooi voor ek volwaardige citizen word. Now I posted the screenshot of the 4. Okay, now while I wait for a response, I go back to the Pay App application and I want to like learn how Pay App works. Okay, then here's this is still on the home page. DigiCash is now pegged to the US dollar. Now, when I hear pegged to the US dollar, I think about Venezuela that pegged their currency to the US dollar. Like their president also said it's pegged to the US dollar, but you know, in reality, it just wasn't. Pay App has now pegged DigiCash to the US dollar and moved away from the ZAR. At Pay App, all DigiCash is backed by gold 80-20. This means we buy gold for 80% of all funds and 20% is kept for liquidity, transactional purposes. The gold price is in US dollars. It only makes sense for our currency to be aligned with the gold price and therefore change to the US dollar. The thing is, you say that the gold price is in the US dollar. The gold price is in ZAR as well. The gold price is in yen, the gold price is in Great British pounds, the gold price is in euros. You can express the gold price in any currency you want. Like you can, if you're going to buy gold, you can say like our currency is pegged to any other currency. But then again, I'm not this big economist. There might be some things I don't understand. Like if I don't understand something, like please explain it to me. Now they said 0 transaction fees, but here they say reduction in fees. So we have reduced the actual activation fee from 100 Rand to $2 for the month of Feb. Have a look at our fees. Okay, so I missed the $25 Rand special, but now I'm gonna have to pay $100 to register. And now I must start forking out my own cash. And I was thinking, I was like in different minds, you know, it's just like $100, you know. I can like give away $100 just to make like a proper video, to be like really informative, because everybody will wonder what happens after you pay your $100. But the expose is tonight. And now here's a transaction levy. But earlier they advertised 0 fees, so I don't know about all these levies and stuff. But they said 0 fees earlier. Now here's some sort of levies and what, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, here is where they explain a virtual currency, and I tried to read through this, and like I can't really comment on it because it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just gonna leave it at, maybe I should go back and read it properly and then give feedback, because it really struggled earlier. Here Kenny replies, after I was like done, like, so this virtual currency like really made my brain itch. Ek dink so. He's replying to the question, do I have to go through all 4 steps to be a citizen? He said, ek dink so. Ek het aangesluit toe hulle nog net 5000 lede gehad het. Zuidland is die eerste groep wat regtig 'n plan het wat alle minderheidsgroepe in ag neem. Ek gebruik hulle banking system ook. Dit werk goed. My geld is in dollars. Maak rekening oop en stuur ek vir jou $20. I'm like, whoa. This guy jumped onto my tweet, and now he's someone like offering me money as well. Like, he might be a fan, might be not. Like, I'm not too sure. Like, this is the point where I'm getting a little bit suspicious. But he does make a promise of $20, and my registration fee is $100. So maybe there's a way he can pay in the $20, and I don't even have to pay the registration fee. Okay, so that's when I decided, let's go. Let's make a proper video. Lank informative. So now go to register, and here again you see that it's very vanilla: username, first name, last name, email address, password, and then this registration, user terms and conditions. That is exactly the same as what we saw over here. As what we saw over here. Like they aren't, if you use this application, doesn't matter what happens to you, if your daughter gets pregnant and she's not quite sure who the boyfriend is, it is not Zuidland's or the Pay app application. If you suffer any losses by using this app, it's all on you. You're not allowed to sue. If you sue, they're just going to throw this disclaimer in your face because they have absolutely no liability, which I think for a banking app, I checked on the FNB and the APSA websites, and they don't have liability clauses like that. You know, they do have some vanilla things, but they don't say they take absolutely no liability for any information. They take responsibility for what's happening on their website. Pay app doesn't. Pay app tells you straight, like, we accept no liability. But then again, if I lose my, let's say I lose Kenny's, if Kenny pays me, if I lose my my $20, you know, I have suffered no loss. Basically just my time, and I made a video with my time, so that's fine. But I agreed to the terms and conditions and agreed that there's a possibility I might lose all my cash. Welcome to the Pay app. Okay, there I'm registered. Thank you for registering. They sent a verification email. Thank you, your email address has been verified. Once you have activated your account, you will be able to log in. Okay, so we need email verification and we need activation. Okay. I was hoping that would be enough. So now let me go back just a tad. You see, your account has not been activated yet. Now I go to the activation button. Boom, here we go. You first need to set up your DigiCash current account before you can activate. Okay, now I need to go back. Go back, and so I need to open this personal DigiCash account. Open a personal DigiCash account. And now they ask for your mobile number and a PIN. And again, that welcome to the Pay app website. If you continue to browse, you get those same disclaimers. If you use this app, we are not liable for anything. So during this process, you have accepted those terms and conditions 3 times. So there's no way in court that you can claim any money from them in any circumstances whatsoever. It's entirely your own risk. Success. We sent an email. Your digital cash current account has been opened. You see, now it says your account has not been activated yet. Yeah, I get the reply. Everything is pretty instant. Everything is pretty quick. Pay app digital cash account. Hello Klipkop. Your Pay app personal digital cash account has been opened. Fantastic. And you can pay the money in. Your account status is inactive. I still need to activate it. So now I'm thinking maybe I'm in different minds over here. So maybe I contact Kenny now and I say, okay, my account is open, you can pay it in, but there's a possibility that the system kicks it out because my account has not been activated yet. So I thought I'm going to go for the risk of first doing the deposit and then telling Kenny to pay over the money. But activate, there you go. Now it says over here, simply buy more than 150 Rand plus minus $11 worth of DigiCash. $2 is an activation fee. The rest is added to your account and your account will then be activated. Okay, so over here, on the actual page where you register, it says the activation fee is $2, which is less than the 100 Rand they said it earlier, which I think is awesome because so this must then be the right information because this is on the actual registration page. So great, it's only $2 activation fees. Let me do some calculations. Run calc. I checked on that day the Rand dollar was trading at 15.30. So 2 times 15, 30. That is about 30 Rand for the activation fee. So that means I must be left with about 120 Rand. Let's say 120 Rand divided by 15, 30. I should be left with $7.84. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, there's just zoomed in like to show you guys that I'm not lying. Okay, this is when I decided, but before I go, let's do a little background check on Kenny, you know, because this guy just popped up here and it's like it's kind of weird that a guy will just pop up and like offer you a 20. But like later on I learned he's basically just a fan, you know. But I still did like a sort of a background check. Now I checked him out on Facebook, and this is his Facebook profile. Okay, he has 4 friends, and it's got no photos, no about section, no nothing. It's like a Facebook profile with just 4 friends, and that's it. Oh, it seems legit to me. Let's trust this oak. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break again, and you tell me in the comments if you think. Let me just get to the right tab over here. If you think Kenny paid me the money, press 1. If you think Kenny did not pay me the money, press 2. I'm just going to check through your comments. 1 ounce Kruger Ranch is definitely priced in ZARs. I don't know where I last checked comments. I think it was over here. Yeah, a podcast would be interesting. I would love to know what the main objective is. What does someone gain from joining them? Okay, I don't see any other at Klipkops. Well, what did I say? 2 was Kenny did pay me the money. Kenny did not pay me the money. Sure, I can't remember. But anyway, we are going to find out soon. Let me just take a swing of water. I think 2 was Kenny did not pay me the money. Could this be some kind of a pyramid scheme? I don't know, like a pyramid scheme usually involves like somebody sells you something that you have to go and sell again. That's usually how a pyramid scheme works, and I haven't picked up those vibes from them yet. So like, no, I don't think it's a pyramid scheme. Okay, let's go back to the video. Now, like Kenny's Facebook profile looks a little bit fake, you know, but I'm gonna take a leap of faith. I'm gonna pay the 150 in, and just for the sake of making a video, that's what I decided to do a proper live stream. I know like Super Chat is now on, Ronaldo Ghost is like really hammering for the donations or whatever, and I should probably get in the bandwagon. I won't be able to make like a full salary out of this, but I do need to make an income somehow. There's a lot of reasons for that. I have linked my Bitcoin wallet and my Ethereum wallet in the description. If you guys feel like putting anything in there, it will be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, you know, just me having like 20 viewers online watching me is already enough for me, but like a donation would be greatly appreciated. You can pop me a message afterwards like, oh, I gave you this much, give me a shout out. I will do that without a problem. Okay, here we go. Now your account is not activated yet, so I haven't paid anything in here, but you see like the open the DigiCash personal account option is not there anymore. But now we have another option of add a gold savings account, and it also says your account has not been activated. So now I need to do the transfer. Activate and just make sure about my facts. Okay, like I need to pay over 150. The activation fee is $2, and here's the different banking platforms I can use to do exactly that. Okay, great. Now I didn't record this. Don't want to like have all my things on the live stream, all my banking stuff. But I made the deposit. And here the email comes in. Pay app transaction, dear Klipkop, deposit notification, date time so and so. The funds have been transferred. Okay, fucking fantastic. My money is in. Show me the money. Here we go to the pay app. I'm excited. I'm gonna check out. I'm a registered e-citizen. My account. Boom. Okay, there. Let's see what's happening over here. Account status is active. That's what I wanted. Let's see. Balance. Whoa. What's happening here? $1.73. Like, how much should have been left? $7.84 should have been left. Like, why is there only $1.73? Now, this doesn't make sense. Like, now I'm like sort of semi-fuming, you know, because like it does look like I've been robbed now. So I go to my statement, and here on the statement it says activation fee amount $8. Check over here, amount are in Riebeek dollars. So it used to be DigiCash, but now it's DigiCash called Riebeek dollars. But fuck that, bro! They smoked me with like $8. It's supposed to have been $2. Now I'm left with $1.73 from my 150 rand, and they swiped a 10 cent, Riebeek cents. Like, where's this no fees that they advertise? Like, there's fees. Like, why do you advertise no fees when there's actual fees? So I'm like sort of fuming. I'm a little bit annoyed now, because like this is not the impression I got when signing up. But then again, I must check. Like, I accept the terms and conditions, no liability. So this is where I go back. Here at the bottom you can see 0% transaction fees, community ownership, instant transactions, 0% transaction fees. But there was fees there. How does that work? Okay, now this is when I went back to Kenny, and like this was in DM, and I keep DMs private. I will never ever publish DMs. I will never ever tell people online or like publish what. If anybody ever DMs me, I consider that as private and personal, and I will never publish that. But we did communicate, and he was like immediately aware, like, here's your account number, and he paid the money over, and it was spot on. He actually paid in $20.01. Look at the statement over there. So a shout out to Kenny. Thank you very much for the activation fee. And he covered my activation fee, and he put a little something on top, because I was expecting $7.80 to be left in my account after the activation fee, and it should have been $9.80 if there was no activation fee. So he left me now on $21, which is pretty much double that I was expecting to have in my account. So thank you very much, Kenny. He covered the activation fee for us, and he put like a little bit on top of that. So that's a good sport. Thank you very much. So now I'm feeling a little bit better, but it's only because like Kenny fucking came to save the day. If he didn't come to save the day, I would have been fuming. Like I was kind of fuming, to be honest. Now let's see if I want to pull out this money. Like, I go to request bank payout. If I want to get the money back into my account. Okay, here we go. Funds in your account, Riebeek dollars, 2174 equals to ZAR 331 rand. Like I pushed in a 150 and I'm getting 331 rand back. That sounds amazing. Available balance 13 cents. Whoa, what? I've got $21 in there, but I'm only 13 available. Here we go. Minimum account balance $8. So I'm only able to pull 209 rand out of this account. So I put in a 150. I got a $20 donation, and when I take all my money out, I only get like a 50 rand, which is like $2.50, $3 maybe, that I actually made on this. So I do feel that I've been smoked over here. Like, it's yo. Now the the minimum account balance, that $8 stays in your account. But the thing is, like, I want to like sort of close my account. I want the whole thing. I want to close my account. I want my whole money, because like I've already got like the sour taste, because like they weren't like completely upfront with the fees. Like there was a bit of confusion. I will show you now where it came in. But I think it's that the way they advertised it was a little bit dishonest. Now I go to account. Okay, first I go to they have a gold savings account, and now they say over here, with a gold savings account, they invest in Kruger rands that is stored at the Knox titanium vaults. Minimum deposit period 3 months. Minimum account balance 100 rand. Monthly account fees 30 rand. Now, like, I don't know, like, are we moving away from the rand, making our own currency, or are we using dollars? I'm not sure how this works. But they are buying gold, but they are buying Kruger rands. Now, these are the type of things like when the whole system collapses, and that is when a Kruger rand is dirty gold. It's only like 92% gold. You are, for a Kruger rand, if you are really going to sell it and need to sell it now, you're going to have to sell it to a goldsmith, and he's going to pay you for dirty gold because there's copper in it. But anyway, maybe I'm wrong about this. I'm not an economist. If any of you guys are an economist, please help me write. But personally, I would buy, if you buy gold bars, because it is not watered down. It's 99.999% gold. I'm not a big believer in Kruger rands at all. Okay, so now I'll go to account and pay app fees. But the thing is, you only get this option once you've registered on the pay app application. And here they do state the activation fee is $8, and you can see it's charged, and there's a monthly service fee, and there's a minimum account balance. And now I get back to what they originally advertised. They said 0 fees, and like what I'm seeing is fees. Let's see what is like. Now it says changed over here. It's probably should have been charged, but like here they say that, like, make payment and receive payment. That it looks like that is on our interbank transfer. It's from Zuidland to Zuidland account. Is free, and then even like over here this change that should be charged. It said nothing, but there's a levy on it. So it's not charged. There's no fees, but there's levies. I don't think like this webpage and the way they advertise their services gives a true reflection of what actually happens in practice. And that is pretty much how far I went. I'm going to minimize over here, and I'm going to let me see the at Klipkops. Kenny ran away. Het jy nog nie super chat nie? Now you need 1,000 subscribers. Like, get me a few subscribers, man. That'd be like so. As soon as I have like 1,000 subscribers, I can put super chat on. Reading terms and conditions are very important. Just ask the kids from South Park episode. I stopped following South Park a while ago. Colin Attenbury. The $2 sign-up fee was a special. There are no transaction fees, but there is a monthly fee. But there are transaction fees. They swiped me a 10 cent when I did that deposit. They first like swiped $8 for the activation fee, and then that little bit that they paid in, that $1.70, they swiped another 10 cents off that. Can you get the Rebek dollars out? That's another question. Like, do you guys think I must try to withdraw my Rebek dollars and actually email them, say, listen you guys, I want to close my account. I don't want to leave the $8 there. I want to completely close my account. I want my complete money back. Or do you guys think, let's say that is option 1. Option 2 is just take out that 200 rand I can take out now and leave it be and let the account die there. Or option 3, like actually use the account, pay the monthly service fee, and like delve deep into USAF? Which option would you guys like? Composition gold 91% and copper 8.3%. There we go. There should be at least 1,000 Klipkop in ZA. The thing is, like, people just read your terms and conditions. Like, I was so pissed off the day I signed up for medical insurance. Now they said just sign here. Now they hand you a booklet of 100 odd pages with like size 8 text. And who the hell reads through that? It's almost like they make it so difficult. Okay, so you guys feel I should actually keep the money in there and see where it goes. Like, for sure, like I drew some inspiration from Scott Bolson. You know, this is a community channel. What does the community want me to do? So like, I invested 150 rand into this community project that we're doing now. We are investigating USAF, and Kenny also sponsored a 20 Riebeek dollar. So between the two of us, we've got like a little bit of money in there. Like, the money will last, I think it was $1 a month or $2 a month. So like maybe 10 months, but there's more than enough time so we can do our thing. Michael Steenkamp says now, like, send them an email, close your account, see if you can get all your money back. Yeah, ek dink hou dit vir nou. Okay, I'm actually surprised that you guys said that, because I thought it would be you guys would have said like Michael, like, to get your money out. But if you guys want me to keep the account, like the 150 not gonna end my life, you know. Like, I've taken worse plunges than that before, but for you guys, I'm gonna keep it, and maybe I must like go see like in the investment side of things. But the thing is, on the investment side, the fees are a lot. You know, there's the storage fees for the coins, etc., etc. I must still look. Do you have to buy like a complete half-ounce coin, or can you buy like a fraction of a coin? I must still go look into that. Ja, ek dink hou dit vir nou. Well, if you guys want it, I'm gonna keep it. I think they have interesting ideas though. I remain cautious. Keep the account. Let's see. Okay, I'll wait. If you guys can, like, please, if you have any questions for USAF leadership themselves, like, please post those either in the chat now or in the comment section at the bottom. I'm going to try and set up this interview as soon as possible. USAF has recently purchased land, and it's not too far away from where I'm living at the moment. So there is a possibility that I might get one of the leaders in studio. Now, like, I know my review of the USAF website wasn't like entirely positive. So if I tell you guys, oh, but the USAF members are coming over, we're going to have the show, and I stop posting videos for the next 2-3 weeks, like, please come and find me. But otherwise, I'm really keen on like speaking to them now, like getting all my, what's the right word? Cross your T's and dot your I's. You could even get a 10th ounce Krugerrand for around 2,000. Jesus. They are selling stands on a farm as well. Bit cautious about that though. The thing is, like, I got the sour taste from the DigiApp Pay application that everything, all the fees weren't like upfront, and like there was like they quoted different fees at different times. You didn't really know what was happening. So it was Demakar there, and when you start buying stands from them, now we're talking about big money, you know. And if you do all those little years and days with big money, you can land up into trouble quickly. Why would one join? What can you gain from joining as a citizen? Do I get a passport? Will the rest of the world recognize this federation? I mean, the Vatican City has a passport. The thing is, this is where I'm confused, because USAF advertises themselves as a virtual nation, a nation without borders. But now they have a constitution that refers to actual land. They are going out to buy physical land and starting like, I'm not sure how it works, and I didn't get any clarity from the website either. They have like long explanations how the tiered electoral system is going to work, explanations of how things will eventually be, but there's absolutely no indication of how we get there. They just like explain the ideology, but how we get there is basically like register on USAF, register on the Digi app system, and that's pretty much it. Stands worth 20,000, I heard. Let's go to the website quickly. I think you are correct. Info, stand purchase, Dalbarton. Info, maybe I must log in first. Info, stand purchase. Oh, here we go. There we go. Purchase of residential lands in Dalbarton, Western Cape. Now, I should pay attention. Purchase residential land in Dalbarton, Western Cape. The first 100 unserviced stands at 20,000 Rand has been sold out. Jeepers creepers. 20,000 times 100 equals 20 million Rand. Phase 2, there are further 200 stands made available for purchase at 15,000 Rands at 1,000 meters squares on a first come first served basis. The offer is only available to existing USAF citizens and is for a 1,000 square unserviced stand. So like there's absolutely no way, unless somebody gives me a super chat donation of 100,000 Rand, then I'll push 20,000 of that into the stands. What do you say? Look at what we have here. Again, welcome to the USAF. If you continue to browse this, let me just re-emphasize. Neither we nor any third party provide any warranty or guarantee as to the accuracy, timeliness, performance, completeness or sustainability of the information and materials found or offered on this website for any particular purpose. You acknowledge that such information and materials may contain inaccuracies or errors, and we expressly exclude liability for any such inaccuracies or errors to the fullest extent permitted by law. Your use of any information or materials on this website is entirely at your own risk, for which we shall not be liable. It shall be on your own responsibility to ensure that any products, services or information available through this website meet your specific requirements. Now the thing is that you can maybe like let that slide with like a reputable organization, an organization that you know has to like keep their reputation, like APSA or Bank of England or FNB. But like I don't know who these people of Zuidland are, you know. They say they're investing the money we pay into their account, they're investing into gold. You never know, they might invest it. I'm not saying they are definitely doing it, but you don't know, you know, like scams do happen. People have to safeguard against scams, and before I will even consider buying a stand from these guys, it's there will have to be like some sort of a something to convince me that this money is used properly, you know, because the way it is currently structured, like no. Okay. Near, you said 200,000. Activate thy super chat now. I wish I could. I wish I had 1,000 subscribers. I don't want to go down to the route of like going to a group. Like, I know there's like Facebook groups that advertise like if you want Facebook followers or Twitter followers, go to this group and they will start following you. All of my subscribers are bona fide, which I earned, which I advertised for. I must just pick up my advertising game. Like I do support capitalism. I do support the idea of, you know, chin up, shoulders back, march on, you know. If I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, I must pick up my game, you know, advertise better and make better content. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. So thank you for your support. I'm like halfway there. I can see the stream picked up to about just say 20 viewers, and it has stayed pretty much steady. So I do have a core support base, and I'm just hoping to expand that. Like there's other YouTubers that want to collaborate with me, and I'm like very excited to do that. And I'm available. Robert Delwelpiet Klipkop and his Gatgabber Ronaldo Goos. Robert he like really loves the word Gatgabber for some reason. Like, why do you love that word so much? 30 square meters. No, it's not 30 square meters. It's like, it's big stands. I think it's 1,000 squares. The first 100 unserviced stands at 20,000 has been sold out. I think like the first 100 was 2,000 squares. I speak under correction. They had an interview with the leadership of USAF on Victor Zuid radio. Victor Zuid radio is the contact I have. Like, I'm working through him to speak to the USAF leaders, and so now they're going for 15,000 rand for 1,000 meters. I think the first 100 stands were 2,000 meters. I'm not entirely sure. That might be one of the questions. I can make a note of that. 854, dude. It will get there. Like, I've been doing this channel for like a year and a half, and I put a lot of effort into it, and I'm not gonna let it go now, bro. Like, I worked hard for my 854, and I'm just gonna keep pushing. Some people went to the farm. Videos and photos available on their Facebook page. I haven't like gone to the Facebook page yet. I should actually go there. There's a the stands are not big. You're talking 30 square meters. There are 1,000 square meters. Unless you're talking about like the braai area, you know, for the caravan site. 30 squares for a caravan site is not too bad. I had some other things over here. Here's the Constitution. Here's the USAF shop. And here they are selling Riebeek silver coins. No. In the USAF shop, I'm going to switch to the right screen. In the USAF shop, you can buy a bumper sticker for $1.70. How much is that? That's 25 bucks. Another bumper sticker for 25 bucks. And here they have Zuidland Riebeek 1 ounce silver coin in capsule. Like, it looks like there's a certificate of authenticity. Or for an extra 11 bucks, you can have like in a nice wood casing. But I looked into this. Can I open this? Yes, I can. I looked into this, and you know, coins is there's a certain amount of value in these coins that are pure melting down silver value. So if you are buying these coins or want to buy silver coins as an investment, let me just show you over here. So here are some other silver coins. Here's a big 5. This one is done by the SA Mint. It's not done by USAF. This is 565 rand for a silver coin. Now it was 1530 at that time. So 565 rand divided by 1530. 565 divided by 15 dot. Why doesn't the dots? 565 rand divided by 15.30. It doesn't say 30. Like, why doesn't it put the dot? Let's just say 15 rand. So it's about $37 for like a special SA Mint coin, and that is the Zuidland Riebeek 1 ounce silver coin is a lot more expensive. It's 50 bucks when an SA Mint one is 37. But then again, this is a special SA Mint one. If you go look at other coins, like here's a 1 ounce Kruger coin, that is 360 bucks. Now we say 360 bucks divided by 15, so that's about $24. So the USAF coin they are charging double for the USAF coin than they are charging for a regular Kruger Rand silver bullion coin. Use the comma in the calculator. Like, it worked 5 minutes ago. I must have pressed something. I'm like a sort of a version to Windows 10. But like you can see, here's a 1 ounce for 360. Here's a 10 ounce for 3,700. So that's about $375 for per ounce. Here's a 2 ounce, which is 760, which is also about 350 odd, 375 odd. 1 ounce is 375. 1 ounce Canadian silver maple leaf, that's three. So it's about 360, $370 for an ounce for a 1 ounce silver coin. But in my honest opinion, if you want to safeguard against inflation, I'm definitely not a financial advisor, but to me it just makes logical sense, because when times get tough, you're going to have your coins, and you're only going to get your value of the coins, that added value. For example, Zuidland, they are selling their coins at about 3 times its weight in silver. That added value is in the eye of the beholder. The only guy who's going to buy this back at $50 will be some avid Zuidland supporter, and maybe the guys are there, maybe the guys are not. But that added value is all in the eye of the beholder. I would actually go for silver bullion. And now you can see, this is 99.999 1 ounce silver for $18. And this is from the retailer. $18, $18, $18. So 1 ounce of silver actually costs $18. So let's go to the calculator again. It's $49 for the USAF coin divided by the $18 for actual silver. So they are... I don't get rounding off. What did I do wrong here? Why is my calculator broken? 49 divided by 18 equals, it shows 2, but it's not. Anyway, they are charging a lot more for their coins than actual silver. What else did I have here? Here's more bullion bars. It's 315 Rand for a bar. The draft constitution. This is where I checked up. I did this thing on the evening of the 17th. Oh, 15 Rand 30. My political compass, buy land. Dude, I think I'm pretty much done with this live stream because I'm rambling at the moment. Okay, you are misunderstanding Klipkop's intent. Double erwe, that is technically a property syndicate. This has been before when the old Joburg farms were sold off piece by piece for developing. Burger erwe, double erwe. It's technically a property syndicate. Like the dagbreker, can you maybe elaborate a bit, because I'm gathering questions I have for the USAF leadership. I'm sort of getting what you're trying to say, but I'm also not. So but it sounds like I can add that to the list. Robert, you are misunderstanding Klipkop's intent. Like what? Like Robert is here to troll Klipkop and his gatgabagos. Klipkop, use the comma. No Belville Pits. He and Gous make people who dismiss this country and his chaos as suspect. Like Robert, he's not even making any sense, dude. Yeah, 1 ounce is about 17.25 at the moment. Maybe change your calculator to standard. Like I'm on the spot now, you know. That looks a lot better. $49 divided by, you said 17.25 for actual silver price. So they are charging 2.8. So you are paying 180% extra value just because it's a USAF minted coin. But if you go to a goldsmith or smelter or whatever, he is only going to give you your your $17.50. Now, tell me, do you guys know about the ULA, like what they are all about? Because like I really went in depth with them. Like I'm like sort of part of the team. I'm staying on the outskirts, you know, because like there's the big guys on the inside who's been running the show for quite a while, you know, and I don't like to trample on their toes. They haven't trusted me with their Twitter account, and I'm not really running it. I should actually pull up my socks and do it. if there are any like youthful guys like in the chat at the moment, the ULA is looking for youthful people to like promote their stuff. So maybe like if you're interested in the ULA and you are like between the ages of like 18, maybe even 30, you know, there's a possibility you can help us if you guys want to, and otherwise don't. But I'd really check out the ULA. It's not even worthwhile to go do a whole video because everything on the ULA's website is just concepts and ideas. The important thing now is to go to the voteforselfdetermination.co.za, put your name down as the role players start coming in. That whole constitution, that whole plan, that whole federation is going to amalgamate. It's like a piece of clay. Is going to change into what the people want, you know. So there is not much to say about that. It's all about the vote for self-determination. A specific farm in Joburg South, the size 3,000 Morgan, 1880s. Property syndicates came and bought sections from the farmer and developed them into towns. The first properties were 2,000 square meters. So what did the property syndicates do? Like, did they steal the people's money or what? 2,000 square is called a burgererf. Dagbreker. What year were you born? Like, as a burgererf sounds like something that my grandfather might refer to. No offense, you know, but I've never heard of a burgererf, but like it's almost like you say it with confidence, you know. Where's the chat thing? Come on. There we go. Now, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I can see the people are like slowly trickling out. There's like 15 viewers left. And I would really thank you. I want to thank you for joining me. And hopefully we can do more of this. I'm going to leave this USAF account open. I'm going to like investigate a bit more. I still need to like go through their virtual nation thing. I still can't understand. It's for me the biggest question is they are equating a nation to a country when it's a false equivalency. It's a problem I have with ULA as well. They equate self-determination with secession. Now, international law allows for self-determination, but it doesn't allow for secession. Now, through reasoning, it can be argued that the only way for minorities to achieve self-determination is through secession. Thus, in a South African context, self-determination does equate secession. But the thing is, we firstly need to go out to the world and prove that we have exhausted all internal remedies to achieve self-determination. And I think the ULA does realize that, and they do acknowledge this, but I just think that they should be a little bit more open about it, that we're not really pushing for secession, we are pushing for self-determination, which will inevitably lead to secession. Jy is te jong vir die info. Burgererf is old school. That klink so. What USAF is showing is the behavior of property agents at the moment. Not much political visibility is what I see. The thing is, for example, their constitution is in shambles. The explanation of the virtual nation is in shambles. Even the explanation of the virtual currency is not very clear. The Digibank app platform, that works great, you know, like transactions are instant. Like there was a lot of time and effort invested into the DigiApp application. Like the application does work well, you know, but like I don't know what's behind the application. And when you pay your money into the DigiApp account, they say they are investing in Kruger rands. But well, how do you know they are? Like they might be spending it on expensive whiskey. You never know. You never know. I'm not saying they are doing it, but you know, the scams do happen. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end it off right here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Soos altyd volhard en hou koers en save my as a kinders.
So here we go. Where's my one? Ooh, look at that. I'm a social liberal. There we go. Ooh, what happened there? I've suddenly moved a little bit to the right leaning.
Mens noem dit ballasgroei. Jy het 'n paar ballas begin groei.